Another Tuesday, another cultural showcase. The trains, as they say, have to run on time, and it's my job to be the conductor. I'm Klaus. For 22 years, I've been the senior events coordinator for the annual Geneva Symposium of Global Heritage, which is just a fancy way of saying I manage a long, predictable parade of folk dances and traditional songs. Honestly, after 2 decades, the music is just background noise. Quaint, forgettable. I've seen it all. I've heard every kind of throat singing, every stringed instrument, every choreographed folk tale. They all start to sound the same after a while. This morning, I was told about a last-minute addition, an unannounced, unvetted performance from the Philippines. Probably another folk dance, maybe with bamboo poles. I've already slotted it for a 4-minute runtime in my head. My job isn't to appreciate the art. It's to make sure the art doesn't throw the schedule off a cliff. It's a simple equation, if a bit joyless. The auditorium is a sea of polite but disconnected faces. Dignitaries, ambassadors, cultural attachés. They're here because they have to be. They clap at the right times, a soft, rhythmic patter like rain on a window. It's the sound of duty, not delight. On stage, the Swiss delegation is finishing a yodeling performance that's technically perfect and emotionally sterile, exactly on time. I give them a crisp nod as they exit. My mind's already 3 steps ahead. The French mime is next, then the Italian tenor. The tenor is an old friend of the festival's benefactor, and he'll sing O Sole Mio. He sings it every year. And every year, it sounds a little more strained. My job is a ballet of microphones, lighting cues, and backstage traffic. I can't afford emotion. It's messy. It's unpredictable. It ruins the schedule. I glance at my clipboard. The lines and checkboxes are a comfort, proof of order in a world of performative chaos. Each act is just a block of time to be managed. The Swiss, 7 minutes, done. The French mime, 5 minutes of silence. And then, there it is, a hastily scribbled note at the bottom of the page, a disruption to my perfect grid. Philippines, unscheduled performance. Name, Elena Reyes. No song title, no bio, no tech requirements. A prickle of irritation runs up my spine. This is unprofessional. It's a logistical black hole. What lighting does she need? Is there a backing track? My team looks at me, waiting for instructions I don't have. I'm already annoyed. I picture some nervous young woman with a guitar stumbling through a folk song, her voice thin and reedy. I've seen it 100 times. Well-meaning, but amateur. I speak into my headset, my voice tight. All right, team, after the mime, we have an unscheduled number from the Philippines. Keep it tight. I'm giving her 4 minutes. Exactly. Be ready to fade the lights and bring on the tenor the second we hit 4 minutes, finished or not. Harsh? Maybe. But it's how the trains run on time. It's not personal. It's professional. The French mime finishes his act by pretending to be trapped in a box. The applause is polite, predictable. He bows and vanishes. The stagehands clear his stool. I check my watch. We are perfectly on schedule. A small, cold satisfaction settles over me. Then she walks out. Elena Reyes. She's tiny, swallowed by the vastness of the stage. She's in a simple dark dress, the kind you'd wear to a quiet dinner, not to perform for hundreds of foreign dignitaries. No elaborate costume, no sequins, nothing. She just looks ordinary. She walks toward the center stage mic, her steps hesitant. She clutches her hands in front of her, a picture of pure nerves. I can see the slight tremor from the wings, the way she avoids looking at the audience. My annoyance melts into a kind of weary pity. This poor girl. She's terrified. The audience sees it, too. A quiet, sympathetic murmur ripples through the crowd. The applause that greets her is gentle, the kind you give a child at a school recital. It's the applause of lowered expectations. I press the button on my headset. House lights to 50%. Give her some intimacy. Maybe it'll calm her down. Stand by on the Swedish delegation's intro. Elena reaches the microphone and adjusts it awkwardly. The hall waits. She doesn't introduce herself, doesn't name the song. She just gives a small, almost imperceptible nod to the pianist in the shadows. His hands drift to the keys, and a soft melody fills the air. The opening chords are instantly recognizable. Unchained melody. Disappointment washes over me. Of course, one of the most overdone melodramatic ballads ever written. A karaoke night special. My cynicism comes roaring back, colder than before. This isn't culture, it's a copy. I look down at my clipboard, my pen already poised. I'm already thinking about the tenor's microphone and whether the water bottle is in his dressing room. In my mind, this performance is already over. It's just 4 minutes of noise to get through. Oh, my love, my darling. I've hungered for your touch. The first line hangs in the air, perfectly round, perfectly clear. It cuts through the hum of the air conditioning and the noise in my head. I don't look up. My pen is on the paper, but it stops moving. It was just clean. No frills, no vibrato. Just a pure, honest note that was startling. It's a good start, I'll give her that. But the hard part's coming. The chorus is where they always fall apart. A long, lonely time. Her voice starts to swell, not just in volume but in warmth, in texture. It's like watching the room itself shift from black and white into color. I can feel it. That polite stillness is gone, replaced by a silence that's focused, attentive. That sympathetic murmur from before, utterly vanished. Now, the silence is heavy. It's the silence of reverence. I lift my head. My eyes sweep across the audience. Nobody is fidgeting. Nobody is checking their watch. Every single face, from the junior attachés in the back to the seasoned ambassadors in the front, is turned to the stage. They're captured. I, who pride myself on reading a room, have never seen this room so completely united. My professional detachment is starting to fracture. I try to analyze it. It's a defense mechanism. Her breath control. It's astonishing. She's delivering these long, emotional phrases without a hint of strain. Her pitch isn't just accurate, it's telling a story, and time goes by so slowly. The power in her voice is building, but it's a controlled burn, a deep, resonant force coming from her very core. It doesn't match the image. I look at her, this small, nervous woman in a simple dress, and I can't square it with the magnificent, world-class sound filling this auditorium. Where does it come from? She looks like she could be blown over by a strong breeze, yet her voice has the strength of a cathedral. My headset is buzzing, an irrelevant distraction. I pull it off, letting it hang around my neck. The schedule, the clipboard. It all feels absurdly unimportant. I'm walking. I didn't even decide to. I'm just moving. I drift from my post in the wings toward the edge of the stage. I need to be closer. I feel this inexplicable pull to witness this without any buffer. My world, once a panoramic view of logistics, has narrowed to a single point of light on a stage. It's just her. And that voice. I find myself leaning against the proscenium arch, the cold marble a stark contrast to the heat rising in my chest. Something is happening to me. The song builds towards its legendary crescendo. The pianist's chords grow more insistent. The air in the room is so thick with anticipation, you could taste it. This is the moment that separates the wannabes from the artists. I find myself holding my breath, a silent prayer that she won't fall. And then it comes. I need your love. The sound that erupts from her isn't just a note. It's a physical force. It's a shock wave of sound and emotion that hits me, hits everyone, like a physical blow. It is a sound of such immense, raw, desperate longing that it goes beyond performance. This isn't an actress playing a part. This is a soul crying out into the void. It's the sound of every lonely night, every missed connection, every ounce of love a human heart can hold, poured into 3 devastating words. And in that moment, I shatter. The professional mask I've worn for 22 years doesn't just crack. It disintegrates. A breath I didn't know I was holding escapes me in a ragged gasp. My hand flies to my chest as if to keep my own heart from breaking. There's a sudden, shocking tightness in my throat, a painful knot of emotion I haven't felt since I was a little boy. My eyes, which have scanned countless seating charts and lighting grids, suddenly burn with a hot, unfamiliar moisture. In the tidal wave of her voice, I see the last 22 years with brutal clarity. The clipboards, the headsets, the endless parade of forgettable acts. I had turned art into administration. I had turned passion into a problem of time management. And this woman, this stranger from the other side of the world, with nothing but her voice, showed me what I had forgotten. This is what it's for. This is the point, not the schedule. This connection, this shared, breathtaking moment of pure humanity. The final note hangs in the air, a shimmering ghost. And then, silence. Absolute, profound, stunned silence. For 1 second, 2, 3. It isn't awkward. It's sacred. It's the sound of 500 people catching their breath at once. Then, somewhere in the middle of the room, one person starts to clap. Not the polite patter from before, a sharp, explosive sound. Then, another, and the entire room erupts. It is a roar, a thunderous, visceral, primal sound of gratitude. Every single person is on their feet. The ambassadors, the dignitaries, all of them. Their hands coming together not out of duty, but from a desperate need to give something back. This isn't applause. It's a confession. They, too, had been shattered. I'm frozen against the archway. My mind is a storm of shock and revelation. I watch as Elena, this unassuming woman, stands center stage, looking utterly overwhelmed. The force of the room's reaction seems to hit her as powerfully as her voice hit us. Tears stream down her face as she gives a small, shaky bow. The ovation doesn't stop. It grows louder. They're shouting now, "Brava! Brava!" My headset crackles, a rude intrusion from a world I no longer recognize. It's my assistant, her voice tinny and panicked. "Klaus? Klaus, do you copy?" We're a minute over. The tenor is getting impatient. "Do we cut the lights? Klaus?" I fumble for the device, my hands clumsy. I press the button. My own voice comes out, but it's not me. It's hoarse, cracked, and unfamiliar. "No," I manage to say. "No. Let it go. Let them have this." First time in my career I have ever broken schedule. Willingly. I've just thrown my entire finely tuned machine into chaos, and all I feel is profound relief. The crowd refuses to let her go. She's called back for a second bow, then a third. The applause is relentless. She presses her hands to her heart, a gesture of such genuine, humble gratitude that it sends another wave of emotion through me. The audience isn't just clapping for a singer anymore. They're clapping for her, for the humility, for the surprise, They, like me, came expecting another routine performance. They, like me, had just witnessed a miracle. Finally, the applause begins to die down. Not because anyone wants it to, but out of sheer exhaustion. Elena gives one last tearful bow and practically runs off the stage right towards me. She stops short when she sees me, startled, as if expecting to be scolded for running over time. She looks down, mumbling, "I'm so sorry, sir. The song, I'm sorry." I just look at her. The man who always has a plan, who always has the next instruction. I have no words. The architect of order stands speechless before the catalyst of beautiful chaos. What could I possibly say? Good performance? Lovely voice? How pathetic. How inadequate. So, I don't try to describe it. I just tell her the truth. "Thank you," I say, and the words feel heavy, real, the most meaningful I've spoken all day. Thank you. I swallow past the lump in my throat. I've been doing this for 22 years, I continue, my voice quiet. For 22 years, music has been a sound file on a schedule, an item on a checklist. I think I forgot what it was. I forgot what it could do. I look at her, this girl who looked so terrified, and I see it now. It wasn't fear. It was reverence for the power she was about to unleash. "Tonight," I say, my voice thick with an emotion I no longer feel the need to hide, "you didn't just sing a song. You reminded a room full of tired, cynical people. You reminded me what it feels like to be human." This was never about a Filipino singer stunning a foreign crowd. It was about a man from Geneva who had become a machine, being suddenly and irrevocably rebooted by a voice from halfway across the world. He came to work to make sure the trains ran on time. He would go home that night carrying the echo of a song that had stopped time altogether. What you just heard was a story, a dramatization inspired by those real moments when a single performance shatters every expectation. The names and setting are fictional, but that reaction, that soul-stirring shock, is real. It's the moment an unassuming person opens their mouth and a world of talent pours out, stopping everyone cold. Have you ever witnessed something like this? A moment where a performance completely changed the energy of a room? Share your story in the comments. And if you believe in the power of art to remind us of our shared humanity, make sure you subscribe for more stories like this one. That night, for the first time in years, I didn't file my post-event report. The checklists sat on my desk, untouched. The schedule, with its chaotic notes from the latter half of the evening, seemed like a relic from another lifetime. Instead, I went home, poured a glass of wine, and just sat in silence. I didn't want to listen to any other music. I just wanted to preserve the echo of that voice in my memory. It was a reminder that the most profound moments in life are never on the schedule. They are the last-minute additions that arrive without warning and change everything. The trains will run again tomorrow. But from now on, I know I'll be listening for the music.